What's up, y'all? I know this is a RC channel, so let me apologize to my RC enthusiasts for this little quick slight rant I'm about to do, which ain't got nothing to do with RC cars and shit. This is about gaming, you know, which I ain't real big on, but I do play. I got a PlayStation 5, regular Joe working stiff type of dude, you know, PlayStation 5, regular controller or whatever. And I've been looking kind of forward to this Battlefield 6. Checking it out, you know, the videos and, you know, comments and posts on Reddit and like the EA forums and stuff like that, just checking it out. You know, I'm one of the guys who got burned on 2042, especially on console. And I know a lot of guys this time around is asking for console only crossplay or console crossplay off by default. And basically ain't none of that happening for crossplay situation for PS5 players or Xbox players for that matter, or PC players, because if you're looking on EA forums, on Reddit, on YouTube, in the comments, everywhere, you know, where you see guys on console saying they don't want to play with PC players, you know, they want to play console only. You see PC guys saying the same thing, saying we don't want to play with console players, y'all got the aim assist and blah blah blah. So on both sides, people saying they don't want the shit, and yet that's exactly what we getting again. Now, I haven't played the beta, so I can't say to the gameplay. I've been seeing the videos and stuff, but as far as I'm concerned, you know, that's YouTube. You know, that's I just can't say, man. You know, but I mean, look at I haven't played Call of Duty since like Black Ops 3. But that was I stopped playing that just because of they updates. Every time they do an update, they want you to delete some shit off your PlayStation. You know, so I got to the point where at that time I was playing, I had Black Ops 3, Battlefield Hardline, and the racing game, Need for Speed Rivals at the time. And my daughter had Rocket League on there. So come around one update, I removed Rocket League. I put it on the flash drive and put it on the PS4 for her. That was cool. Boom, next update come around, they want me to delete something else. So now I'm down to Hardline or Need for Speed Rivals. So I just said fuck it and deleted Black Ops 3. And it was alright, you know what I'm saying? It was actually decent. But I just deleted it because I'm like, I'm not gonna keep putting games on flash drives. Then when I want to play them again, you got to put the flash drive in and re-upload it to the PlayStation and all that. So I just said screw it, and I haven't played Call of Duty since that. But I see a lot of people, you know, pissed about Black Ops 6 apparently with the skins, which I get that because don't nobody want to get killed by, you know, Teletubby or whatever. I don't know what they got on there, but I seen all kind of shit in the comment sections. People make comments, Nicki Minaj and SpongeBob and all whatever, you know. But anyway, I ain't get to play that experience, so I can't really say to that. But I know everybody seems to be willing to punish the shit out of Activision for that, you know. But it seemed like it's a double standard with EA because all the motherfucking people got burned on 2042. Let's punish EA. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody talking about punishing Activision. We gonna just let them get away with 2042 because now they got the new game out with all the YouTube hype and everything, and it do look fun, and I do hope it's good because I do want to play it, but I ain't finna pre-order that shit or buy it on launch day. You know, I'm gonna wait till at least around spring, where at least it'll be some people with PlayStation 5s beating gay their opinions. You know, I figure by February, March, it'll be over 100 YouTube videos of people on PlayStation 5 with regular controllers playing multiplayer where you can get a view and make your own decision about what it look like. You know, people gonna edit videos and all of that, but you can still get an idea of what it's gonna look like, especially like if you want to see how it look with people playing with crossplay off. You know what I'm saying? Is it still gonna be lobbies by March if you just want to play crossplay off on PlayStation or Xbox? You know what I'm saying? I'm on PlayStation. So they say there's more players on PlayStation than Xbox. I don't know that either. I don't be looking into all that type of shit. But still, point being, everybody like, fuck Activision, fuck Black Ops 7. And I can tell you, I ain't buying that shit either, probably at all. And Battlefield, I am interested in. I was on the fence because the other day they had some news like, oh, it's going to be cross-play only. You know, so I kind of was off the fence a little bit like, okay, now I might get this. Wish it was by default because a lot of people ain't going to know. But, okay, that still sound good, you know. And then they clarified a couple days later like, oh, no, you motherfuckers, peasants, still going to play with the PC people. So, you know, whatever. You know, I ain't tripping about it, you know, but at the same time, I'm boycotting that shit right now. I ain't finna buy it right now. I'ma wait. Hope it's good. I'll buy it in March, April maybe. You know, once it's out and we can see. But right now they got all these pre-orders. You know, even people right now who you see on the YouTube comments, on Reddit, on the EA forums, who saying, oh, well, I'm just turning it off on day one. Well, what does that mean? You still gave them the money. They not gonna give a shit. Even if it turned out to be 2042 2.0 in a few months. Your money gone. It ain't like you could take the game back in 90 days and be like, oh, it sucks like 2042. I want my money back. No, your money gone. They done cashed in the millions of billions. You know what I'm saying? So just because you turn crossplay off on day one, what about day 90? If the game suck, you can't get your money back. You know what I'm saying? Especially now, I'm not even talking to you PC guys. I'm not talking to people who play on console, who cool with it. A lot of people say they cool with it, they don't care. That's fine. But I'm talking to the guys who do care. Who do play on a PlayStation, that don't use a mouse and keyboard on their console, just regular motherfuckers playing on their PlayStation with a controller sitting on the living room couch. Alright? So, if that ain't true, I'm not talking to you. But the guys who is salty about it, they still talking about they gonna spend the money on it. And that's nuts. But, I mean, I ain't knocking nobody. I understand that shit do look fun. I do want to get it, but I got to stand. If we don't stand up this time, it's over with. They gonna say we can do anything to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We put anything out, these motherfuckers gonna bag. Everybody was like, oh, after 2042, it's over. I'm not never. You know. Now look, everybody just forget. But motherfucker get gunned down by Nicki Minaj. Motherfucker get gunned down by Nicki Minaj on Black Ops 6. They pissed. They fuck Activision. It's over, this and that. I get all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I never played Black Ops 6. So I can't say. You know, my reason for quitting Call of Duty period was the updates wanting you to delete shit. That was the number one thing for me. I ain't even care about the multiplayer, the fucking cross-play, none of that shit. My thing was, how come this is the only game that when you do an update, they want you to delete another game? But anyway, as far as the Battlefield stuff, man, you know, we willing to punish Activision, but we willing to give Battlefield a pass because they got out the beta and it looked good and this and that. But 2042 look good until your money gone. When your money gone, it's too late. They don't care. They ain't got to care. If this game suck like 2042, your money gone already. And I ain't telling nobody not to do it, but I'm saying I wish people would, at least the people who said they didn't want it. As far as the quote-unquote forced crossplay. I mean, you can turn crossplay off and play against other PlayStation 5 or Xbox players. Fine. But shit, I played for years. Just games, period. Like I said, like even the Black Ops 3 shit, I don't even know if they had crossplay on when I was playing Black Ops 3. Maybe it was Black Ops 4, I don't know, but either way, I never got to 6. So I can't really speak to that, but just from looking online, seemed like it sucks and people hate it and people is pissed off and saying they not buying 7. And all this same shit was said about 2042. And now for Battlefield 6, everybody just like, basically, let's see what happens. Let's give my money, see what happens. I'm one of the guys, I know I ain't alone, but I'm one of the ones who, I'ma wait and see. Hope it's good. and I'll eventually buy it. If it's not, I'll do like I did with 2042. When I bought that, it was like 19 bucks at GameStop. And that was early, I guess, because now that shit like $5, $10. Oh, don't hit the poles. But yeah, man, that's, and then another thing, like, I don't know, I've been kind of watching the videos, but some of them just too long and I just can't do it. But my understanding too is they gonna have like non-persistent lobbies. So like every time the game over, it break the lobby up and start matchmaking over. So you might end up on one map 3 or 4 times. If you sit on, say if you sit on your game and you play for 5 hours, you know what I'm saying, on a Friday night, right? In that 5 hours, you might see one map 3 or 4 times, and other maps you might not see at all. You might not see them till Saturday, Sunday. If it keep matchmaking, look at Battlefield 2042 sometimes matchmaking. You might play on Valparaiso, and then you might play on a few other maps, and then when they finish matchmaking, next thing you know, you on Valparaiso again. Before you even see a different map, you know, one of the ones you ain't seen, or a map, you might not see a certain map all day. So they say it's gonna be like that too, but I'm just saying something because I don't see a lot of, you know, I don't see a whole lot of people like talking about certain stuff on YouTube, like the whole crossplay thing. Like you see a couple mentions about it. You see a couple mentions about the whole crossplay, like especially they changed their mind, or maybe dude misspoke or whatever, you know, saying it was gonna be crossplay only for PS5 and Xbox, and then they came out and say it's not gonna be. So maybe they misspoke, whatever, but you know, people still saying, oh, I'm just gonna turn it off. But it's like, cool, you're gonna turn it off and I get it, but at the same time, they let them know, you know, we can get them whatever the fuck we want to get them, and they gonna take it. So anyway, this news been fresh for a couple days now, at least yesterday and today, you know, like 2 days. And I'm seeing YouTube videos about Battlefield 6 like every 30-40 minutes on YouTube. It's a new video. Every hour it's a new video. And I only seen like 2 or 3 of them like mention it for like a second or 2. You know what I'm saying? And don't really get into it. Same thing with the persistent lobby stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like keep matchmaking over and over. You know what I'm saying? You might not see every map on the game throughout a whole 5-hour playing session or whatever, you know. I don't really see many people mentioning that. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. Shit just seem weird to me, but you know, my money ain't spending like that. So yeah, man, you know, I wish more people, I wish more console players who wanted the crossplay off, or at least at the very least have it off by default for like consoles, and we opt in instead of opt out. But for guys who want that, didn't even get that, can't even get that, but we still willing to just give them our money, like, man. I probably am too eventually, don't get me wrong. If it's looking good, and if it's looking good in a few months, and and it's still, I'll pay the $60, you know. But off the bat, $70, whatever it is, off the bat, I just ain't finna do it, man. Like for real, like, what's the double standard, you know? Like, apparently Activision is finna get punished with Battlefield 7 for Battlefield 6. I mean, Battlefield for Black Ops 7 for Black Ops 6. Well, people say it sucked for years. I don't know. But anyway, general standards, looking at YouTube and online today, I don't care, you know, Reddit, YouTube, wherever you're looking at, people about to punish Black Ops 7 for Black Ops 6 being ass. But people is not gonna punish EA on Battlefield 6 for 2042 being ass. So, I mean, you tell me, you know, whatever you think, you know, leave it at the bottom. You know how it go. I'll holler.